painting pals, welcome back to Mandy's Minis. And it's Wednesday, so midway through the week, yay. And I've got some nice dirty paint water, but fabulous mini to paint up.
Do we need to get the hump day camel graphic because we're doing this on Wednesdays?
Oh, I mean, I suppose. It did get a little overdone, but yeah.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello, how are you, Jamie? So, I've got my barbarian. She still needs her medal, and of course, you know, the base isn't done, so we're still finishing her up. And then her little companion warthog. She's got a little Pumbaa who's going to be climbing the rock with her. So
Awesome.
Yes.
Courtesy of our good friend Dan. Thank you, Dan.
Yes. Love that. So I thought today I would paint up the metallics while I'm on stream, because why not?
Jamie is tired from school and swimming. That is a very understandable combination.
Yeah, I'm jealous of the swimming, but you know.
Well, you can come swimming with me anytime.
Yeah, no. I don't wake up early enough for that. End of story. We're good. So can't really complain too much.
We are filled with happiness and joy.
It's a good day.
Our positivity shall rival. I don't know. I got nothing.
Yesterday was a bad day.
Yesterday was a bad day.
But today is a good day. So, I'm pretty happy. So that's awesome. And I was telling Ben I found a new love at work.
She's leaving me.
I'm absolutely obsessed. I did a demo today for a new CRM for the company. Oh, I am in love with it. So, that's pretty cool and exciting. One of the best features about it, the one that I'm most excited, it's the dumbest thing. Okay, absolutely the dumbest thing. So, I'm in real estate. And all of the real estate CRMs, none of them let you search by property address.
Except this one?
This one does.
Nice.
That is so exciting. Because, you know, what happens is something happened on this property, 35, you know, whatever, 35 Main Street, okay? So now I have to call 35 Main Street and talk to the client. All right, well, who's the client? Well, you look them up in the CRM, but you can only look them up by name. So you have to know the name of the client for that particular property in order to look them up. So I have to literally have a spreadsheet of our active properties that we're selling and who they are, so I can check the spreadsheet to go into the CRM to look them up, to get their phone number, to be able to call them. How dumb is that? And this one lets you search by address. So I can just type in 35 Main Street and boom, it pops up with Jane Doe.
Jamie agrees that that's an idiotic not to be a feature already.
Right? I'm like, seriously, this is the only CRM I've ever found that. I'm like, that is like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'm like, why? Why can't you do that? Just, seriously, just literally put a search by address feature in it. And then one of them tried to tell me, oh, we can't because that will mess with SEO and this and that. And it's like, that has nothing to do with SEO. But, okay, whatever, sure. But this company does it, so...
That's wild.
I am absolutely in love that just that feature alone. So I was doing a bunch of demos today, a whole bunch of them. And this guy, so that I was meeting with, his name was Andy Wardle. And Jamie, you probably don't know who Andy Wardle is, but some of our other viewers may know. Andy Wardle is a big name in miniature painting. He's one of the big miniature painters. He's amazing. Golden Demon winner, all that other kind of stuff, like that crazy level. And so when I got on the call, I'm like, okay, I have to ask, are you the Andy Wardle who does miniature painting? And he's like, no, what's that? I've never heard of that before. I'm like, all right. But he did take a moment to look up, the other Andy Wardle. And he's like, that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll get into it. So.
That's funny.
Yeah. But this guy was so great, and he was excited about the platform, and ooh, let me show you this feature, and let me show you that feature, and ooh, we do this, we do that. And it was such a fun experience on top of everything just being awesome and exactly what we need. And then I got to the next demo after him, and literally this guy was like, so what do you want to see? I don't know, maybe how the system works.
Maybe wow me, my guy. Try and sell me.
Right? Like, this is your job, is to tell me what's cool. And he was so boring, and I'm just like, okay, all right. So I just kind of asked him what brief questions I had, and then said, okay, thank you so much. We'll be reviewing. And
he may have had a great product, but his presentation sucked so bad that it made his product suck.
Yeah, that's a possibility, but no, I really just don't think. Honestly, we used them briefly, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, and it doesn't seem like they've improved much since then. So it's definitely not the wave of the future.
No.
So
Okay.
that's kind of a problem in and of itself. And I mean, and the cost is not great for the value. So
Well, that's a bigger deal.
that's, yeah. So I mean, 2 strikes right there, but the 2 big strikes. So
And a boring salesman. 3 strikes. You're done.
and it's funny because 6, 7 years ago they were my favorite system. And now it's, yeah, okay, whatever.
You're there.
You're there. I don't need you. I mean, better than what we have, but nothing near as good as everything else on the market. So.
By the way, chat, you'll be happy to know that I seem to have fixed my 3D printing issues.
Yes.
I have 2 working printers now. And
We've been printing a bunch of crap.
Well, that's because we have the diorama. The
Big secret project. Can't say anything else.
That's not true. They've heard about it.
That's not the point.
Yes, it is.
point is, big secret project sounds more fun.
Sure, it sounds more fun, but it gives us nothing to talk about.
Well, we have plenty of stuff to talk about.
I don't know. I just went on a ramble about, real estate for.
Well, yeah, but that's
what
what you're.
that, 10 minutes?
That's what you're excited about right this moment.
Well, not this moment. This moment I'm excited about finishing her. Finish her.
Okay, Andy's going on a Mortal Kombat rant.
Yeah, but I mean, look at it. She's so cool.
No,
and
she is awesome. She's been awesome
she's
since
coming
the beginning.
on great. So, I'm excited to get this one done. And this one's for me. This is not for a video. This is not for a commission.
Well, I mean, technically you're working on it for this video.
Well, this is a stream, not a video. It's not a tutorial. It is just a painting hangout.
Yep.
So that's not the same thing.
Anybody else painting something fun?
Ooh, yeah, let us know what you're working on.
We always like hearing what people are painting with us.
But yes, our little diorama that I'm supposed to do for Mammoth Factory.
Little, it's like 2 feet by 2 feet.
Yeah, I let
Not
it get
little.
out of hand.
Yeah, just a little.
I did. I know. I take full responsibility.
Somebody went cray cray.
I did, but it's fun. It's
It
awesome.
is. It's gonna be awesome.
It's going to be really, really cool. So, setting aside a lot of time this weekend to work on it.
Yep.
Especially because it's a holiday weekend.
That's right.
So, we get extra day off. Yay! So, that's always fun.
Doing homework, but I got my prizes. Yay!
Oh, yay! Awesome. And yeah, homework's kind of important, so definitely get that done. Don't slack on that. It matters.
I slacked on my homework in high school, and look how I turned out. Don't be like me.
See, it matters. Alright, so what else is going on? Ooh, Ben got his first migraine yesterday.
That's why it was a bad day.
That's why it was a bad day for him. I was just having a bad day.
It knocked me on my bum.
That's what migraines do. They're horrible. So that's why you want to make sure you're always keeping good posture when you're painting, so that you don't get migraines from neck and shoulder pain or issues, and you don't want to constantly do the phone thing. My neurologist says, haha, my bread and butter, cell phones. So, yeah. So don't do that. Because you don't want them, trust me. They knock you out. And you can't do anything. I almost missed my cousin's wedding because of them. So.
That would have been bad.
Yeah.
Wait, which cousin was that?
Ashley.
Why didn't I go to Ashley's wedding?
You were at Ashley's wedding.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
Oh my
So much
gosh.
fun. My first round games. Comments. Oh, that's not fun at all.
She had stroke symptoms.
Oh, yeah. That's not good. Definitely not good. I would think you were too young for them, but that could just be me.
Well, she's a very mature young person.
Well, yes.
She may as well carry it through to all walks of life.
Well, I'd like to see her saved from some of the negative side of things, if possible.
Well, that's why we're encouraging her to do her homework.
Right. Well, that, and we certainly don't want her dad mad at us.
Yeah, that wouldn't go over well.
Nope. Right. Look at how cool that copper works with her. That AK copper, I mean,
That's excellent.
it's not my favorite copper because I feel like it's way too orange, but it just works for her. So I like a little more red in my copper, but
Have you come up with a backstory for her?
she's Sif.
Oh, that's right. She's Sif. That's right.
She's Sif. Yeah, she's got her own backstory. Daughter of Morden.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I had forgotten.
She
I do
doesn't,
that a lot.
she doesn't need a backstory. A separate, made-up backstory. But...
She says she gets them from her mom. She's got the good meds now, though.
Oh, good. You have to go in and get Botox. Which, at least it works. Like, I don't mind because it works. But it's still 34 shots into my literal head, neck, and shoulders at one time. Like,
One after the other.
right,
In quick succession.
right. Poke, 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 all the way around. Ugh. That part, not fun. But how good it works and how easy everything is afterwards, that's pretty awesome. It does keep me feeling good. I barely take any other meds for it because of that. So, and they're, I mean, on one hand, they're not as bad as the nerve block because I've done that one as well, and that's like 6 shots into your head.
Low and almost out of frame.
Okay.
There you go.
That
Now
is-
your thumb's in focus, but that's just gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a bad placement here with
Excuse
the
me.
knee. This knee pad just doesn't want to show up nicely on camera. Got that little tickle. In my throat. That's gonna probably
Hate
keep
that.
happening.
Hate that.
Oh, but the nerve blocks. So you only get 6 around your head, but the needle is like
Yay big.
a, what is that? A centimeter? A whole centimeter wide going into your head. So I mean, it's a big old needle. It's not one of those tiny, what you think of when you hear, and when you think, here you're getting shots. You think of a regular standard needle. These aren't that. So those really suck. But then you feel no pain in your head. You feel nothing because it blocks the nerves. So amazing how that works. A nerve
Right.
blocker blocking the nerve.
I didn't want to say anything, but
Well, sometimes things are just named right.
exactly.
And other times, they're very misleading. Oh, I am so making a mess today.
Self-sabotage.
Yes, we don't. You don't have that graphic.
I don't have a
pull it up.
self-sabotage graphic.
We're gonna have to put that in.
Yeah.
So. Yep. We're also getting ready for the Great Lakes Challenge. I will be doing my seminar. That is confirmed. So, that's good.
Very exciting.
And I finally got the date for it. I realized I committed to all of it and blah, 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 and I never got the date. And seriously, last night as I was trying to fall asleep, it's like, that's going to fall at the same exact day as my work commitment, where I have to go out of town to Chicago. Like, that's going to happen, right?
Enjoy biology homework. Come back and visit if you get done early.
Have fun. Oh, biology. Yuck.
Right?
Worst subject. Of course, my biology teacher was a jerk.
Well, that sucks.
Oh.
Maybe that's what we should talk about on this stream. And talk about high school.
Oh. No, thank you. I don't need to relive those days. That was a bad time. Do not recommend.
Neither of us were in any way the center of attention.
Well, I was not exactly what you call the popular crowd, but I was not exactly. You're kind of lumping me in with you there, and my experience was different than that. Was not that bad. I actually had a lot of different groups that I hung out with and stuff like that, and nominated for the homecoming court and everything. Multiple years. Never won, but I was always nominated.
I have no idea who was nominated or who was even on homecoming court.
Mm.
Don't even know.
Well, I mean, that was still college, and I'm sorry, that was still high school, and there was still plenty of bad there, even when you weren't in that.
So tell us how you decided on this color palette.
I that.
Did you stumble into it?
I picked colors, grabbed and went, and it all came together very nicely. It's not something I really recommend. Usually you want to make sure your colors are going to be cohesive and the whole thing's going to work together. But I am pretty good about just randomly stumbling into good colors and stuff.
You have a very good eye for color.
Yep, that is one of my superpowers.
Yes, it is.
I don't have many, but that is one of them. Most of them revolve around colors.
Yes.
So,
now the important question is: are you going to leave all those, all that copper? Or are you going to do the nail heads?
oh no, those are going silver. There is going to be silver added in.
Isn't that going to be fun?
There'll be other things. What, doing all the silver dots?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
I would find it very tedious and annoying.
Oh, well, I enjoy it.
Good.
It's painting. I enjoy painting. I think it's fun. So, it is a rather quiet night tonight, isn't it?
It is a bit quiet. We've got people watching, but they're
Aw.
quietly watching.
Okay, well, I'm not going to shame you, but feel free to say hi. We always love chatting with the
anybody
chat.
and everybody.
And, well, I don't know, maybe not that guy from that demo. Maybe not him. But anyone else. I mean, Logan's trying to chat with them.
Right.
He's actually been outside the studio door crying and crying. trying to say hello to all of you before we were even streaming.
Yeah, but for some reason he went upstairs and is now crying from upstairs.
Was such a weirdo.
Exactly.
He is a strange little cat, but we love him. I
He's
feel
a
like
nut.
I feel like he gets stranger the older he gets, and you know, he's definitely in old age.
Beyond, he's ancient.
No, not until he's over 20. He's not quite there yet, but very close. So, him and his sister just reached her old age, Lily. So she went through the same kind of age changes he did medically. So took her to the vet, freaking out just to find out, nope, that's just old age body loss, body weight loss. You know, they lose weight, body mass, all of that stuff as they age, just like we do. And she's just reached that age. So vet said she is in extremely good health for her age. So that is good news. Her paw, though.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, there's Izzy and Rodney. Hello, you guys.
Rodney was painting eyes. He needed to concentrate.
Oh, yeah.
I don't blame him
I
one bit.
understand completely. No judgment here from that one. So, how'd they turn out? Are they looking in the same direction?
I have yet to paint eyes that look in the same direction.
I've gotten pretty good at it, actually.
Yeah.
I've been shocking him with how quickly
You are
his
getting
eyes.
really, really good at eyes.
Yeah, but I really insist on doing it over and over again until I get it right every time. So, I mean, I've probably, if I've painted 1,000 models, I've probably painted at least 3,000 eyes. Minimum. So, just kind of tell you that one right there.
Izzy, your kitten is very cute. Mandy can't see it because it's too small.
Oh, we were just talking about our cats,
Yep.
Logan and Lily. We also have, in case you didn't see that video, we also have Snowball and Connor and Morgan. They're the younger generation.
That's okay.
so-
We're not going anywhere. You can come and go as you please. She lost track
Oh.
of time.
Well, some tech issues. Oh, should I tell them again about my new love?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You are
But they missed it.
No, it's all good. Refine and clean up.
Okay.
Hey, there you go.
Nice. Good news.
I know a couple of good optometrists.
Yeah, Ben is technically an optician. He just doesn't do that particular job anymore. Now he does something way cooler.
Yep.
Okay.
Way cooler, way more fun.
Ooh, you know what I want to do?
I need to
I'm
reprint
gonna
this
do
guy.
this. Why?
Because when we put him on the model, all you're going to see is his back. I need to reprint him mirrored.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All right. So,
Oh, that's right. You were mentioning that last.
was what? Who? What? I can't read
It's
it.
not Izzy's cat. Her husband is very allergic. Remember we were hearing about that
Oh,
last week.
right.
And Izzy wants to hear your story.
Excuse me.
Izzy, you
That
only
was
want to
nice
hear
of her.
about it because I groaned and, said it wasn't as cool as she thinks it is. You're painting way off camera again.
Oh, sorry. I'm playing with a wash over the copper. because there's some minor details in here that I want to try and bring out. And I thought this green would be a cool, like, verdigris look without actually being verdigris. But it looks like the details are too thin to actually show up.
That's disappointing.
I know. Okay, but my story. So I work in real estate, and this week I am reviewing new CRMs for us to use. And we do this every couple of years and stuff. Just, make sure we're still using the best stuff and all of that other goodness. And the problem with the CRM, all the CRMs, is that you can only search by name, phone number, email. We're in real estate, so you can't search by somebody's address, their property address. So if somebody says, something happens and like, oh, this is, a new report for 10 Main Street, I have to then keep a spreadsheet of all of our active properties and who owns them in order to be able to look up their phone number in the CRM. So I have to first check my spreadsheet that I have to manually create and just to get their phone number. Like, how dumb is that? And the CRM I demoed today has the feature where you can actually search by address. I was so excited. Like, and it's so dumb that I have to be excited about that, because like that should be standard, I mean, it's real estate. We deal with real estate. That just kind of seems to go without saying, and yet I've been saying it for years. Why can we not get this on a CRM? But now we can.
It's just too much work.
Yeah, well, some company tried telling me something about it being from SEO, but that doesn't make sense because CRMs aren't usually optimized that way.
Izzy thinks that's really stupid too. Apparently everybody thinks that's really stupid.
Right? And absolutely fabulous, one of the best, like totally amazing. Not that Andy Wordle though. I did ask. So, and the response I got was, I have never heard of miniature painting. So definitely not the right Andy. But still very cool. And I told him, I'm like, well, at least I won't forget your name when I'm calling with questions.
Can't do two things at once.
So.
The computer isn't powerful enough.
We knew that. I don't know why you were trying.
Because I have the time. I think Rodney thinks a lot of the CRMs are more targeted towards sales. I can see why they lack a lot of those features.
Right.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it just, to me, it's just like pointless though. I mean, if you have to do that much work just to be able to use your CRM, that means there's a problem with it, if you ask me. But then again, I am all about efficiency at work. So, and that's kind of my job.
She came from a Kickstarter that we backed a couple of months ago. There's the Barbarian, and here, show off this one. Nope, not even close.
I'm working on it.
Oh, okay. And a Samurai. And then
a dancing lady who lost her finger, so that's why her hand looks like it's in the glove. Because we had to recreate it fix it with Milliput. But that's a printing fail, not a fault of the model.
It's actually a cleaning fail.
Oh,
And then
that one, that's out of my reach. Hold on, I gotta move for this.
The other one, Mandy's
This one,
been going nuts on.
yes, I adore this model.
probably be her next big stream project.
No, actually, well, I might paint a little bit on stream, but this one is one I'm gonna use for video.
Pirate Captain.
So, she's gorgeous. The base I made myself, though. That is not the base she came on.
No, we just backed a Kickstarter for it. No. We have absolutely no ability to 3D to sculpt 3D minis.
Right. No. Basically we used Milliput to fix it, not create it. So just, we basically when he was cleaning off the supports, he took off her finger with it. So then we used Milliput to recreate a finger. That's all.
I wonder.
Well, I don't know. I'm really kind of liking this green with the copper. I might just go through and reestablish the brighter copper on the pegs
Go for
to
it.
bring out more of the orange as opposed to doing the silver. I'm still going to do silver accents because there's a few areas here that I definitely want to do silver. But, I mean, I just think that looks so cool with the green. And it is copper, and copper does turn green, so...
I watched the movie Pathfinder once, and I do not remember anything from it. So, we've decided that she's going to play the part of Sif, the dwarven god Moradin's daughter.
Yes.
She looks like she'd be, play that part very well.
Yes. Very pretty. Although, kind of big dwarf.
A little
So.
bit, but I mean, it depends on what scale you're working in.
That's true. We can pretend that this is,
And besides, if it's Sif, she's a demigoddess, and
yeah, she can be a little
control all
bit bigger.
that stuff.
Yes, maybe she's magically enlarged herself for the
Exactly.
adventure.
There is a spell that does that.
I know.
I have never played a Pathfinder game. I've never flipped through one of their books.
One of these days I will have to
I will have to do that.
There are books you have not read? Oh my.
You know very well there are tons of books I have not read.
Yes, but I more meant like D&D adjacent books.
Oh, there are millions of them. I, haven't read any of the, what is it, Daggerheart, or, any of the new ones.
And back at the time, I was very much
Very much. You're leaving us
And
on the edge of our seats
I
here.
did very, very attached to D&D at the time.
Okay. I understand.
But yeah, he's right. She definitely has that look.
Yeah. I just think she's very pretty.
Excellent. Did they succeed, or
Wait, what are we talking about?
Rodney just wrapped up a Pathfinder campaign that he
Oh.
was DMing? Or did your big bad trounce them at the end of the campaign?
Yes, how many player deaths? I actually have this one client. I absolutely love working with him. Every now and again, I just get an email from him that says, My dastardly DM did it again. My character's dead. Here's my next one. So, oh, I love him. I love that guy. So, yeah, one of my regulars. And he actually just came back, so I will be painting up his new character tomorrow. Tomorrow and Friday. Which, unfortunately, you guys won't get to see.
Well, we'll get to see the end result. We'll put up pictures.
Yeah, pictures on social media. Not using them in a video or anything because it's too hard to check his reference photos while I'm filming, so I have to be...
Rodney is a very kind DM. He did not wipe out the party.
Oh,
Only
yay.
a couple of deaths, and they weren't permanent.
Okay, that's all great. Love that. Love me a good not permanent death. So... we actually do that sort of thing with my character all the time.
High again.
We will frequently not necessarily kill her, but do things where everybody else thinks she's dead, so she gets this reputation of coming back from the dead repeatedly, even though she's technically never actually died. So that's kind of funny.
Mandy is exceedingly particular about that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I kind of made it clear, like, okay, we cannot kill this character. This is not one I'm okay dying. But I did have another game. I was in another game back... oh, this was back in college. Oh my gosh, this was back when we first started dating.
This is back when we met.
That was... yeah, that's the story of how we met. I actually wanted to kill that character. I was trying to kill that character. It was the last game of the adventure, and I really wanted to kill my character. I can't remember why. It was like something to do with like I was gonna GM my first time, and I wanted to experience my character's death before I ever tried it or something. I don't know.
You're being weird.
As I was painting.
Sweet.
Oh, nice. Ben loves monks.
Monks are fun.
But yeah, so I wanted this character to die, and I just kept rolling 20s. So the night was getting sillier and sillier, and because I wanted her to die, so I'd already talked to the GM about it, and he was throwing everything at me, and I was kind of like being a complete meat shield for everybody else. And at one point, like, it literally got down to I had, like 2 hit points left, and because my armor absorbed everything, and he's like, your armor is now broken, so the next thing that's thrown at you, you're naked now, so you're going down. Next thing that hits you. It was so funny. But yeah, so I was in a goofy mood that night, and so I started teasing Ben's roommate, and ended up saying something. We're not going to go into too much detail here, but ended up saying something to him that technically was pretty dumb and I probably shouldn't have done, but like I said, I was being goofy, and it all worked out in the end.
It was a different time.
Yep. It was the first time I ever, like, talked to him, because Ben was stalking me for a while. I was scared of him.
You're worth stalking.
Aww. Okay, I say that, but that sounds so... that's actually so disturbing.
You're
not
still worth
real...
stalking.
Not real stalking, let's be clear. I don't want to, minimize real stalking. That is a real horrible thing. We're not talking about that. We're talking about, if I was in the cafeteria and he came in, I would head outside, join some friends that were smoking outside and stuff. And then he would come outside, and then I would go back inside, and then he would follow. Those kind of things. Not going out of his way, finding out where I lived or any crazy, like super crazy behavior. We had a lot of the same friends, and he was just trying to connect and get me to talk to him. and I wouldn't do it because
And
I
I
found
was young and not because I was young and not good at talking to girls at the time.
Yes, and I was scared of him. He is a big guy. He is very tall. He is a big guy, and we fight about this all the time. He had this bright red hair.
It was.
He says it's not bright.
It was red brown.
It was bright red. It was this red hair, long, and he always wore a trench coat and these big old combat boots, and then that guy's kind of following me around. Again, not like only while we were with our friends and everything, like not outside of school, not anything actually creepy, but like I had reason to be scared of that. I think that's normal. Although all my friends were like, how could you be scared of Ben? He's like the biggest teddy bear ever. Like, you're crazy. And I'm like, I don't know, he looks scary to me. I don't know.
More importantly, were they right?
They were right. Nothing at all remote. I mean,
Rodney says that is just courtship when I was young. Nothing wrong with it.
Right. Like I said, I do want to be clear. I tease him about that, saying, the stalking, but not real stalking. Okay? Real stalking is very scary. This was not that. So. And, that's over 20 years ago. Really different time. Let's be honest. So. And, like, deep down, I knew, like, he was not actually, I was not, like, scared for my life. It was just, kind of, that's a scary guy. I don't really want to get to know him. And now I'm married to him.
Worked out well for you, didn't it?
You know what? It did. Sometimes you can't listen to your gut. How's that? Most of the time, listen to your gut. But, every now and again, your gut can be wrong. Guess that's the moral of that story. But yeah, pretty happy we ended up together, so I wouldn't change that. I also probably wouldn't change our stories. I'd probably still stay scared of you by choice because, I don't know, there's something kind of cute about that, too.
It is kind of cute. In its own odd little way.
Yep. All our stories like that. Like okay, so that's kind of like our, people have the meet cutes and stuff. Like, we don't have really the meet cute meets, but we've got, creepy, strange, perfect for, D&D players, kind of creepy, meet cute, and same thing with, like, our engagement story. Not really cute, but at the same time, kind of cute. Mostly cute because of how ridiculous it is. But that's okay. It's a good life.
I agree wholeheartedly.
So, what else do you got? Okay, so we are officially down on our diorama that we're making. We are down to, where's it go? That way. We are down to one figure left to be printed. One, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just the one. And technically we have the one, but he printed it backwards, so he's got to mirror it and reprint it the right way. So that's cool. So fingers crossed, we're gonna try and power through on this weekend. So nice holiday weekend, so we get some extra time. We're gonna try and power through and knock out that whole thing. And I mean, this thing's huge. Like, I can show you, but I won't even be able to get all of it on camera. So I can show you just some of it.
No. We're gonna leave it for a surprise.
Okay, Ben says a surprise. We are gonna do a video on it, so you guys will get to see that.
Exactly.
So, all right. And now I just
We'll
have-
make sure everybody gets to see it. We'll put it up on all the socials and everything.
Yep. Well, assuming we're allowed, we will get it up eventually. I don't know how quickly we're going to be able to, because it is for Mammoth Factory. So, if they want us to hold off on,
Yeah, I suppose that is true.
I mean, that's not really their style. Usually, they're like, "Yeah, share it, spread the word
Right.
about our cool stuff." So, But just in case they do want to hold that, because that is, I believe, for their Kickstarter. And of course, we do not want to upset
No.
them.
No.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you. And, they feed me mini, so I want to keep them happy. So that I keep getting minis. So.
Easy thinks there might be a delay.
Videos aren't reaching out. Well, that's kind of stinks, but
It might be my fault. I was trying to make my computer do two things at once.
so yeah, he might have caused a little delay, but it should be fixing and yeah, look at how cute that is.
That looks pretty awesome.
I like that with the green and the
Yeah.
copper.
Looks awesome.
You guys, I don't think you guys are seeing proper colors. Unfortunately, I noticed that when we were gearing up, but I didn't want to. We had to reset some things for yesterday's stream with. It was our patron only live stream, so we had to reset some settings to set up for that. And I noticed today when we were switching back to this one that some of the exposure is off, so I got to reset that camera. But I didn't want to mess it up right before the stream, just in case we lost a picture or something like that. So I'll be fixing that before the next one. But you're not seeing, I don't think you're seeing the full, rich, vibrant colors that she's got going on, and especially with these coppers. She's got a lot of orange and green going on. So, I love her. I kind of love a lot of things today, don't I?
You are kind of having a lovey day.
Yay. I like those days, though. Those are good days. Gotta love, right?
You gotta love life. Otherwise, what's the point?
Well, I think the point is that you're here anyway, so.
Exactly. So, no sense to bitch.
What was the patron stream? I was on YouTube. Twitch, I didn't see anything, so I thought I had. Yeah, you had to scroll back. The problem is that you have to watch it from the initial post. So you had to scroll all the way back to the beginning of the month in order to find the link to click on it, or the post to click on.
It is a problem we have just realized.
We
come to realize that we have.
The thing is, we've never been so far in advance on scheduling before that I started scheduling at the beginning of the month, so I had everything laid out, and we had never done that before, so I didn't know that problem was going to exist, and we weren't going to be able to push it to the front. So going into September, we now know you'll see an announcement where it's just a JPEG, so just a picture with the announcement, and then the day before the stream, we're gonna release the scheduling of it, so that it's on top and easier for you to find. But yeah, we did not know that was going to be a problem, and realized it yesterday when we tried starting the stream. It's like, ooh, no one's gonna find us.
Thank you for bearing with us while we deal with our technical inadequacies.
Yeah.
No, not your fault at all. We'll make it easier to find next month. We made it really hard to find this month.
That was...
It's not your fault at all.
That was not the intent, but that is totally what happened. And, again, we went on yesterday, and I just knew. Honestly, it was because you weren't on. I kind of knew. I'm like, something's up. So probably about 15 minutes in, I'm like, you need to check the patron and see where the video is and everything like that. And he checked it, and sure enough, you had to scroll and scroll. Also, the more we post on Patreon now that we're posting more.
Yes, you can.
Yes, yeah. If you still scroll back to it, you can watch it.
I'm sure we could put up another post connecting to it. Try and make it easier to find.
Possibly. You can try that afterwards.
I'll see if I can get something up closer to the top
Or, you know,
This
I mean,
afternoon.
if,
Or tonight.
this afternoon. If you really want, you can always run up and get the laptop and try it now, but that's kind of up to you.
No, we can wait.
The laptop is upstairs, so that's a little bit.
Nothing to worry about. Besides, you didn't hear. Yesterday was a bad day.
Yesterday was a
Nancy.
bad day.
So you didn't really miss out on much.
So yeah,
We spent our time complaining.
yeah. I did also. I did start the NSFW figure, but I did not even get through it. I kind of just got the shadow colors done. So you can watch that and see me put down all the shadow colors. And then this next month, going into September's, I'm going to go ahead and finish it. So you'll get to see the midtone and the highlights for that there, so that you don't miss any of it. So I thought that would be a best way to handle that one moving forward.
And if anybody else wants to watch, join our Patreon, and you totally can.
That's true. That's true. So that is one of the perks and gifts we give to our patrons as a thank you. They get access to our Discord, which I know Izzy takes good advantage of, showing me everything she's working on so I can give her feedback and that sort of thing.
Izzy put some great stuff up there.
Yep, we do love going through and helping people and seeing what you're working on. That's why we're always asking, what are you doing? What are you painting with us?
You're very welcome, Izzy.
And and then so the Discord's great, and so you get like lots of access to us, and then the different tiers. You get there's the monthly stream, and then different tiers have different options. So as far as like feedback on your work or actual one-on-one lessons and things like that. So try to offer some good stuff as thank yous for the assistance. So because running a YouTube channel is expensive. It really is. And neither of us we're not going to be making that our full-time job ever. As you can tell, we both love our full-time jobs, as we're talking about them all the time in good ways. Like me being super excited about a new CRM. So that's never going to happen. But at the same time, we also don't want to lose out too much on, putting our own money into that. Right now, it is kind of hard because we are putting a lot of our money into the channel and not into, say, our house that needs improvements and paint and, little things, but
I think anybody who's seen your collection of paint is convinced that you don't need more paint.
House paint is a little bit different. There's not going to be much I can do
Gotcha.
with putting
House
this.
Paint. Okay, that's a different story.
With putting this on the bathroom walls. And
This is true.
the bathroom the walls need a little bit of patching and things like that not only have we just not put the money towards, we haven't put the time towards. So
that would be the bigger part.
hoping one of these days that stops and we actually take the time for it and
Well,
that
that's
sort of
not
thing.
good.
But oh wait.
Everything looks good on our end.
Oh no.
Try refreshing. She can't hear me.
Right, I was gonna say, why don't you type the message? I don't know, Rodney, can you still hear us?
No, he can't. Okay, can you hear it now?
Are we back? It's so
As we stop
strange.
talking, you
Right.
have to ask if we can go. That is really, really weird.
Huh.
Let's do something different. And I don't think this is actually going to make any difference, but. Is that any better?
All right, can you hear us now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Good. Except I still haven't gotten a. Hear that? Oh, it's bathroom painting, yeah.
Peachy.
So,
We were just talking about
Yeah.
needing home improvements.
yeah, there's things we want to do, but again, the first thing I think we need to get around to doing, house-wise, we've been here for like 5 years already. We really got to finish putting up our photos. I have a stash of frames with photos already in them that we just need to hang. And Ben can't do that without me because he doesn't know where to put them. And I haven't had time to go through and figure it out and tell him. So that's on me. But it is one of those things that I need to do.
That's really
do we
weird.
go-
I'm gonna look into it more. You keep talking and painting.
Okay.
I'm gonna look into tech issue stuff.
So, yeah, that and like that's an easy thing. That's just literally taking some time to put up the pictures, but haven't done that yet. So, and of course, like here we go with a nice long weekend. You'd say, no excuses. You got a nice long weekend, but I've already committed our weekend to painting up a display, creating a diorama for Mammoth Factory. So it's not going to be this weekend. And then you get other things like our website is completely outdated. Hasn't been updated in 2 years. So that's a bit of a problem. Especially because a lot of the links, the affiliate links we have, aren't working anymore and they're not linked up. And I know this, and I know I've got to go in and fix it. I just haven't had the time. So, one of these days we'll get there, and we'll do that, but just not there yet. So, that's okay. And hopefully, I hear Ben still humming and hawing, so hopefully you guys are actually hearing some of this.
Oh, they're hearing you.
Okay, good.
They've just got delays and unsynced things, so. They moved at the end of 2024, and I need to put up all of our photos. I wanted to put up new pictures and new designs. Haven't gotten around to it. Right? It's
Yeah.
sometimes it's just not a high priority.
We actually found this was, oh my gosh, this was probably about 2 years ago. We found a few boxes in our garage that we still haven't opened. So these are things that we moved into our house with 5 years ago, and the boxes stayed in the garage. They got like caught up with our seasonal light decor and stuff, and so about 2 years ago we found it out there, and still haven't taken the time to go through.
No, we
Like-
have unpacked. All of the boxes are currently unpacked.
No, there's like 3 boxes that we found.
Those got taken care of.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. But our pictures still aren't hung.
No, they're not.
So.
No, that got taken care of last year when I cleaned out the garage.
Okay. Oh. You did not clean out the garage very well, did you? Because it needs cleaning out again.
It's a garage. It needs it on a fairly regular basis.
I don't know. I feel like if you organized it well enough, it would still be organized. But that could just be me. But I also can't say too much because I didn't put the work in, so. At least not yet. I might get to it one of these days. It's not looking so good, but I might. I might. But you know what? I prefer to do what makes me happy, and that's miniature painting. So, and that also brings in a little extra money, so can't complain about that. And there's a lot to love about miniature painting. So that's where I choose to spend my time. But then my house is, the house does get a little out of control if I spend too much time with it.
Izzy says she would rather paint, and it's all about priorities.
Right. So, but. Oh, and that's another thing. We will probably.
You are painting way off screen again.
Thank you. We will probably be. I'm actually very worried that we're going to miss our video this week. So that might happen because the editor ran into some trouble, and personal trouble, not like trouble with the video, and hasn't been able to get to it as of when I spoke to him yesterday. So, here's hoping. So,
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
You're a little bit low. Did you do the spike on top silver?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Well, technically it's gunmetal,
Oh, well, okay.
but yeah. Depends on how serious you want to take the color. So, but I did have another video ready to go, so I just sent that to my backup editor. So.
Aren't we fancy? We got backup editors.
Right. So, but yeah, that video may be missed. So, but yeah, I've been trying to get ahead. So I actually have like 4 videos that we started recording. But now the editors are taking a long time. So, this time it's not on me though. Usually it is on me. I will take ownership of that. But this time it's not. So, but luckily our editor's okay. Like there was a car accident and some work trouble and a whole mess. So
Life gets in the way.
yeah.
I'm going to duck out for a second. Entertain everybody for me.
Okay. I thought that's what I was doing already, but I will try and do that better.
You have been doing a fine job.
So, and, but yeah, luckily the editor's okay, everything like that. So, but videos are running late, which is not good. But we'll be caught up and, getting ahead and all of that. And then I will have more time for my house once I finally get caught up and ahead. So at least that's the plan. So that's what we're working towards. There's always that one part of the model that is just such a nightmare to reach. It's very easy to see it, like back here. It's very easy to see the back of the hammer, so you can't just ignore it. But it is so hard to reach without hitting her arm. And I think that's one of those things that 3D modelers don't really get. Old school modelers, the companies, they get that. That's why they do sub-assemblies and things broken down into parts, and not to mention it makes it easier for them manufacturing it. But 3D printing, some of the stuff some of these 3D modelers want me to print, it's like that. There's no way that's going to actually print. Yes, it's cool. You made it in the program. I understand you have a file for it, but it's not actually going to print. That's going to be so thin and brittle. It's going to break. It's not going to come off the printer, that sort of thing. And they get mad at me. Or then they'll design it this big, but want it printed in 7 centimeters. 7 inches. It's no, it doesn't work that way. You need a bigger file for that. Compression is a thing. So, but that's my rant about 3D modelers. Not all of them are like that, but especially the ones who don't print, they just design stuff. They usually give me a little bit of a headache. So, dealing with them, and it's always the same. But that's okay. All right. It happens. At least you have a backup, right? So, all right. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see. So we've got the talked about the display. Talked about work, talked about the house, talked about the cats. Man, you guys just know my whole life now. I did mention the Great Lakes Challenge. I will definitely be doing a class there, a seminar, so that'll be fun. That's coming up in October. And that is followed by my Fall Fest at work. So that's when I have to go to Chicago, because that's technically where I work. And I will be in Chicagoland, and we will be, I will be doing face painting for all our clients' kids and stuff. So that's fun. I look forward to that every year. And it's another great way I use my miniature painting skills in real life. So not just miniatures. Nice. The cool thing is you can actually take this into, take these skills into other aspects. So that's a lot of fun. and I do look forward to that, and especially because that's the event where my boss gets the dessert food truck. So we get all sorts of really good treats and goodies. And like the last one was a pizza. Oh no, I'm sorry, the last one was ice cream. But the one before that was pizza. And for Chicago, this was not the kind of pizza that I eat. So I was okay missing that one. That one was in the spring, and it's like, yeah, I'm not going to go to that one. So, but that's the other good thing is when I'm there in fall, I will get my pizza. I think 3D sculptors that don't paint usually don't know how to make a model that painters can really have an easier time working with. Exactly. That's because they're half the figure for painting. Right. Yeah, some of these poses don't work. Or they'll put like connection points for the base where it's like one this giant figure on. It's like, I don't think so. You need more points of contact. Like I said, they make the model too small, so when you blow it up, it actually becomes the 3D printed equivalent of pixelated. That's an actual thing that happens. We had someone do a scale Aston Martin, and they did every aspect of it, and the doors were like literally so thin that the minute Ben took it to take off the supports, the door just like kind of evaporated in his hand. It just like, because it was like thinner than a sheet of paper. It was like tissue paper thick. So, you know, it's just, they don't think of the real life aspect of it because they're not printing it themselves and they're not seeing what actually happens. So that part does get frustrated. I actually have a rule now. I will not take an order for 3D printed object until I've test printed it and I know it works. Because, you know, on I go through Fiverr, and on Fiverr especially, you get dinged and knocked for cancellations. So I'm kind of like, you know, they messed up. I'm trying to give them their money back so that it doesn't hurt my customer service. I'm out money because they messed up, and now I'm getting punished by Fiverr because I'm doing the right thing customer service wise. That just seemed wrong. So now I don't do any cancellations, and I really make sure that I can actually do the order before I take it. So that way I don't have to worry. But I do also have several other gripes about Fiverr, but overall the platform's been fairly good to me, so I can only complain so far. They've gotten me lots of business, so more than I can handle. But the one of the biggest problems with them is, like one of my biggest beefs is that I finally reached the qualifications for top tier seller, and literally right when I did, they announced, we're changing how we do our tier structures. And so now you have to be, once you qualify, we'll review you to make sure we want to let you be a top tier. And it's been over 2 years now. Still waiting for that review, Fiverr. If you find this, would be nice. You know, one of those things.
You don't have feelings on this subject at all, do you?
No. That's my biggest, that and the fact that they take a portion of the tip. Like, when you place an order on Fiverr, as a buyer, you have to pay Fiverr some extra money. like their money, whatever. And when you're a seller and an order comes in, they take a percentage of that order.
Which is acceptable. They're doing a lot of work for us.
This all makes sense. They're the means of connecting us. They did the platform, created the platform, they did all the marketing for it, blah blah blah. So I get this, I accept this, I'm fine with that.
They're doing the credit card processing.
Yes, holding the funds, all of that stuff. But the tip, they really, really push tips when you buy from them. And they're like, would you like to offer a tip? Okay, there's still time to offer a tip. You can still give them a tip. And it asks you like 3 or 4 times. So then when you do tip them, they still take more money off the seller. So, like, how crappy is that? Like, I worked hard. The buyer thinks that they're giving me this as a special thank you for the extra work I put in for them or whatever it might be. And you're going to take that because
You can.
you can. That's really what it is. They didn't do anything extra to earn that tip, but they're going to take it. And then they're going to, like I said, be kind of annoying to the buyer to get that tip in the first place.
She has very strong feelings about this one. She has for a while.
But the other one that really bothers me, I just found out about, because usually I don't buy anything on Fiverr. I'm just a seller. But now I do a lot of my editing, I find, through Fiverrs. And so I've been doing some buying there. After you rate your seller and all of this, and you give your tip and everything's all done, they then come back at you like a couple days later and say, hey, what did you really think of that seller? Just between us. This won't be public. Now tell us what you really think. And it's like, I'm sorry, I'm offended by that. I told you what I thought. That's what the rating system's for. And how shady is it to try and go behind the seller's back and behind the public's back to find this kind of stuff out? I don't know, that just rubs me the wrong way. And, who knows what they're seeing for me. Maybe that's why I'm not getting my top tier. Maybe they are saying something bad behind my back that I don't know about, but I also can't fix it if I don't know about it. So I'm a little stumped on that one.
We can only do what we can do.
That's right. And then the rest of it, we can sit and rant and just totally have a wonderful little bitch fest with chat. Because isn't that what you guys came to hear me do?
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's what they're here for.
Right. Everybody wants to just hear me go on a rant. But I think I do have solid points on my rant here, honestly. So, but what you gonna do? That's just the way of the world. Everybody's always trying to take your money. I shouldn't say everybody, but large companies are always trying to take your money. It's kind of what they do. It's kind of their job. So.
Well, once upon a time you said you wanted to paint all the minis. Companies say they want to have all the money.
That's true. That's true. And again, like I said, there's a reason I use them. And, it's because they actually have worked and done good for me.
And realistically, they run a pretty fantastic service.
They do. They do. And it's, it's nice to not have to be meeting with sketchy people and stuff to exchange money and... What is she laughing at?
Izzy says she's never heard of Fiverr, but it sounds shitty. It's Fiverr with a V.
Yeah, Fiverr. And what their idea is connecting buyers with sellers. So people selling services, what can you get for $5? Was the theme of the company. Now they've gone a long way around that because a lot of the services offered, you can't get anything worthwhile for $5.
But it's it's a starting point and it connects people.
Right.
And it's not exactly shady. It is a very good platform, and it is.
It is, and again, that's why I'm on there. They really do great with like marketing me and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm actually turning away business, and like Taylor, I found Taylor on Fiverr, and she left Fiverr for that reason. She couldn't keep up with all the orders. She also didn't know that she could limit the number of orders coming in. I actually taught her that after she left the program, after she left, but that's okay. And I mean, they are really good. Everything.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a couple of really big downsides to an otherwise very good system.
A secret rating they don't see probably affects the search ratings, right. All of that. Yeah, I mean that does sound like that's their worst stuff. But I'm painting my face now.
Face painting is next month.
I know. But overall they are really good, and you can get things like when I first found them, I wasn't even miniature painting yet. We used them for work to find somebody to write us a jingle. So yeah, our real estate brokerage has a jingle. So paid a musician for that. That's like a restaurant sticking their hand on a waitress's pocketed tips. Yes, That's exactly what it is. And I'd be willing to bet that a lot of the buyers would stop tipping on Fiverr if they knew about that one. Because, of course, Fiverr doesn't publicly advertise that they take that. So. And then, like, the other thing, like, if I'm going to really get into the nitpicking, like, those are the big issues. But the nitpicking issues are, like, I have to wait 2 weeks for... So, basically, a buyer... the order comes in and the buyer paid. Fiverr holds the money. They don't give it to me until 2 weeks after I deliver the product. So, I have to deliver it. They have to okay that. And then the 2-week timer starts. So it's not like they're waiting to hear if there's suddenly an issue. The buyer has to okay that delivery was complete for them to release it. So that kind of sucks. And that's the main reason why I want to get to top tier is because they don't do that for top tiers. Top tiers get their money instantly. So I want to be top tier so I get that money. But they're not letting me in. And, but they have like web designers and musicians, voice actors, editors, what else? Animators, 3D modelers, artists, so you can get like illustrations and stuff, cosplay creation, or, cosplay stuff. As well, securing the transition, but hitting the tip is just dirty. Agreed. That's like the one, like I said, I am good with them taking all their other money. It's just that tip that I'm not okay with, but I don't have a say. So, but there are also rules like you can't contact anyone out of Fiverr, which on one hand is a security thing. And another thing, it's because they don't want you taking away their income for putting you together. So when Taylor left, she did reach out to me outside of Fiverr, but she already left, so she's not going to face any punishments. But if I reached out to one of my buyers outside of Fiverr, they would actually shut me down over that. So. Because that's in violation, so I could no longer sell. But, there's also ways around those rules, so You know, like throwing in a business card when I deliver the model. I didn't tell them to contact me. Just because they now have my contact information doesn't mean they can't contact me or won't. And I do have some clients who left Fiverr so that they don't have to pay that and go through me directly. So there's always a way.
You are so not gonna paint Pumbaa.
Oh, I'm not gonna get to Pumbaa tonight. I'm gonna paint him. Not tonight.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. So.
He's
But
just hanging out there in the background looking cute.
yep. I think he's adorable. I almost want to take him off the handle and show you guys how he fits on the base, because it is like so incredibly cute. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
It's just gonna cost me a piece of tape. Oh, unless I break him.
Do that.
There we go. Okay, check this out. He fits so perfectly. Can you see that? Yeah. The connection points. He like lines up perfectly. And how cute is that? Her with her little warthog friend.
Teacup warthog. Teacup warthog.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. He's gonna look super cool.
Yep. So, love that. Oh, look at that. He even stays there nicely without being glued down.
Hey, nice.
He wants to be there.
Right? He feels like he belongs.
Yep. Love it. So that was a wonderful gift from Dan.
Yep.
So I will.
Worked out very nicely.
Oh, look at that.
It might even work.
It actually did.
Cool.
This tape. Okay, you guys. I gotta show you guys this tape.
I mean, showing them that roll isn't gonna be,
No, but, well, once we get around to doing the website, which you guys can probably imagine when that's going to be, we're going to be adding this to our suggested items list. But you can find this tape on Amazon. And this is the best thing I've found. I've tried the museum wax. I tried the double-sided tape. I tried the poster putty. So, I've tried it all. The poster putty sometimes oversticks, and then you're like pulling it off and like rolling it, and it's a nightmare. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, I thought so too. Like when Dan showed him to me, I'm like, he goes right here, and that was it. I'm in love with him. Anyway, so this stuff, it holds. You can see it holds super well. But you could see how easy it was for me to take him off as well. So it doesn't hold too much that it's gonna like these are the other things I've been using previously. If I can get them on screen, they're like, ooh, do, 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 do.
They work really well too.
These work really well, but they almost stick too much. And then you get it like at the bottom of the foot or at the bottom of the base. And you get all that remnant left over. This doesn't do that. So it's pretty amazing. And I absolutely love it. So it is just double-sided tape. So this side under here is sticky. And then you peel off the little top thing. And it just works so good. So I highly recommend. Although you're going to have a hard time finding it without a link. I know, I'm sorry. But it is pretty cheap on Amazon as well. So I will try and get to those links really soon. All right. Excuse me.
Izzy got it from another live stream. She thinks it was
Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Like I said, that is my new recommendation for everyone. There's very few products that I'm like, okay, you have to have this. Normally, you guys know me, it's like, yeah, find what works for you. Yeah, it's okay. You know, it works good. It's fine. Like the paint, find what you like. It really doesn't matter what brand. They're all good in some way, shape, or form. Brushes, that's very personal. Like, whatever. You can see the one I'm using today. This is one of those cheap Amazon ones. We get like 100 for $5. So it would cost what, like 5 cents? 10 cents? Whatever that math does. So I throw these away frequently when I'm done, when it starts to get frayed or something, because it's cheap and I call these disposable. So this can work just as well as my Winsor Newton short term, not long term. So it kind of just depends on what you want. But there's very few products where I'm like, nope, this is a game changer. And that would be like the Crydrufi, that I love, this tape, and my goodness, I think that's probably about it so far for like I said, must-haves. Because for the most part, what you use, what works, you know? We've got all the fancy, you know, tools and bells and whistles that we've tried out, and honestly, what I use most for sanding, we do have these sanding sticks that I like, but this is just like literally torn off some sandpaper sheet Ben got from the hardware store, and then I use this one for certain things, like especially metal, because it's really good at that, whereas the sandpaper not so much, doesn't like the metal as much. But that's like it. So why I have all that other stuff, it's just...
Everybody has to have a collection of stuff, just like your collection of brushes.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just, you try this, you try that, and you see what works for you, but that's why I said, like, there's not a whole lot of, oh, you've got to have this. So, for the most part, it's kind of just like, whatever you want.
How is
Whatever
Reaper
you
paint
like.
compared to AK and Pro Acryl as far as paint consistency?
Ooh, great question. Reaper paint is thinner. So it still has a really good consistency, but you're never going to get full coverage, full opacity coverage from one coat. Never, never, never. Whereas some of these... Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Izzy.
That's awesome.
So, I think I know that order, because I think you used my affiliate link. So, if so, thank you. I saw that come in a little while ago. But, yeah, so the Reaper paint, that is thinner, which is really good, especially when you're starting out, because for one thing, it's cheaper. And for another thing, you don't have to learn how to thin your paints as heavily. Like, it doesn't matter as much with the Reaper paints. So it is a fantastic point of entry for the hobby.
And it's a great price point.
That's why I said it. You know, two things: price and the consistency. But you still do get good coverage over it. But just know you've got to do 2 coats every time, which is fine. Usually we're doing that anyway. But some of the other ones you could kind of shortcut, like AK and Pro Acryl. So Pro Acryl, I find tends to dry. I find that to be even thicker than AK, and it dries a lot faster as well on my wet palette. So that's pretty weird, because usually if it stays more in a clump, it doesn't dry out as fast, but even in a clump compared to spread out AK on my wet palette, it'll dry faster. I'll come back and that's all clumped and dry, and everything else is still usable. So that could just be me. That could be my environment, but that is something I've noticed with them. But, you know, I do like their consistency. Both of those paints are more likely to give you 1 coat coverage that will get you at least most of the way to full opacity, if not all the way there. So that's better. But it's all those two are also going to be faster to cover your details. So that's why, starting out when you don't really know how to thin your paints, you don't want to use a brand where you really need to do it. Then there's this other brand, Huge Miniatures, and I really liked their stuff when I first got it. And I absolutely love the owners of the company. We met them at Adepticon, and I can't even find one single bottle of it. Here it is. So Huge Miniatures. Oh my gosh. So like I said, I really love the couple that made. The paint is, even when I first used it, it is very thick. You have to know how to thin. End of story. You can't give this to a newbie at all. But I have noticed that their paint in the bottle dries up faster. So like every Reaper paint I had, I've either been able to use all the way down to the bottom, or they're still good 5 years after I bought them. This stuff I'm finding is like, I got this like two or 3 years ago.
2.
And I'm finding that like some of them aren't good anymore. Like the paint doesn't come out, it's all dried up. And the same thing went for their basing materials. They have really good basing materials like texture pastes, but again, I find they only last about a year or two, and then they dry up. So it's great if they're like the only line you get, so you go through them faster. But sometimes I use the AK, and sometimes I use this brand, and it just kind of depends on what I want to do. So, and I'm one who tends to have a little bit of everything. So I don't go through it fast enough. Again, that's not necessarily a negative on their product, but it could be. It is for me personally, but that doesn't mean it is for everybody.
Some people might suggest that you have too many paints. Too much paint.
Well, yes. But then again, some people are serial killers. So we don't necessarily care. Oh no, we lost sound for just a second. So we don't necessarily care what some people think.
You're so cute.
But it's true. It is true. Some people are.
This is true. I'm not arguing that point.
So, but yeah, so that's kind of the same thing. Like I absolutely, before I got the AK stuff, I was absolutely obsessed with scale color. That stuff is more expensive. When I found AK, it was like, oh my gosh, this works like pretty much the exact same way. It's like the exact same stuff, but it's cheaper. Well, yeah, I'm going with that. Army Painter, I do have a lot of Army Painter, but it is the old Army Painter. So this is all the stuff that everyone said was bad, and I agree completely. This is bad. But at GaryCon, we did use all the new stuff and did all sorts of tests, and Caleb, one of their painters, showed me all sorts of things. And I still have to do those videos. But hush, never too many. Thank you, Izzy.
Excuse me, I'm the one who bought the vast majority of them, so there's that.
I don't know that you want to go there.
I'm the one who suggested that you get the 2 sets of Reaper Master Series.
Yes, you are.
I'm the one who suggested that you get the entire Scale
Okay.
75.
No, scale
AK.
scale 75.
Scale was all
me.
you. I'm the one who told you to get the entire AK line.
Yes, and he did tell me to get the entire Army Painter line
told you to
when
get
we
the
were
new
at
Army Painter line.
GaryCon.
We just didn't.
But they didn't have any left, so I had to order it online by a certain deadline, and some other bill came up, so I didn't. I just didn't. But it is in the plans. I would like that. Honestly, he actually literally took a black figure that was completely primed black and did one coat of yellow over it. So, there's that. And then Caleb, who, like I said, was showing us all the new Army Painter stuff, he also taught me a whole bunch of airbrushing stuff, which I have to get to as well, because we're going to do that as a video, and see if his training, because he does this epic class that's like actually well known. Everybody knows about this class. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody who's been in the community longer than me and is more inept than me. So if you're if you're that good and have been in it that long, but the rest of us not so much. But it is 2 8-hour days that he teaches this class, for this class. And by the end of it, you paint a 75 millimeter orc face with just the airbrush, including the teeth, the eyes, the whole thing. You get that good at it. So he told me what to do. I didn't actually take the class because he was retired. So he told me what to do, and I'm going to do that in a video so you guys can see if it works or not.
Izzy really likes AK and Pro Acryl for coverage and consistency.
Yep.
She's got the new Army Painter. It's the first thing she tried, but it's super thick. The try it is great for. And Rodney says no such thing as too many paints.
Right. See, these are my people. These are my people. You non-painter people, you can think there's too many paints. But the rest of us, no. I actually need more. I'm starting to get gaps from where I've run out of certain colors. But anyway, so I want to do this tutorial, and I totally feel like it's justified and I can do it because he's retired. So I'm not like taking away from his method. Unfortunately, I would love to do a video on the freehand class I took with Francesco Farabi, but he teaches that class, and if I do a video on it, then you have no reason to take his class, and that's literally me taking money from him, and that's not right. So that one I won't do out of principle. Since it's not my technique, it's not my place to teach it. But Caleb, I can.
Izzy's got the whole Army Painter line, Fanatics and Speed Paints. She's just got the regular AK lines, not regular AK, not the Speed Paints.
Yeah, I don't have the AK Speed Paints either.
And she's got a few Pro Acryls, same as you.
Yeah, I've got excited for an airbrush tutorial. Yes, I've got to do a beginner one too. There's actually this fantastic painter. He's on Facebook, Gilbert Mondragon. Mondragon, something like that.
Something like that, I can't remember.
Anyway, he's the one who taught me. He was doing these amazing dragons, and at the time I was only doing dragons, and doing these amazing things with airbrushes, and I hated mine at the time. I could not get it to work for anything. Like, I watched all the tutorials and everything, and they were not helpful. So he actually took the time and did a one-on-one with me, and called me over Google Chat, Google Meet, so that we could go through, and he showed me how to do everything. And that was just, it blew my mind that somebody would be that nice. And again, that's why I'm doing it too now, because I wouldn't have gotten to where I am without it. Yeah, priming is pretty easy to figure out for the beginning. It's just using it for everything else. I'm just starting to be able to use it on other things other than like base coat and stuff. But this class, like I said, it's designed to teach you to do it, and he told me all the tricks. So like all I have to do is go through day one, the whole 8 hours of day one, doing exactly what he said, and then day two I should be able to practice and get that orc head down. So
Once again, it's all
fingers
about practice,
crossed.
practice.
Fingers crossed. But I also have to make time for that. So that'll be, I don't know, maybe one of these holidays. Ooh, maybe I'll do that for Thanksgiving. Because that's a really long weekend. Because we get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So maybe I'll do it then.
Except we're putting up Christmas decorations.
Oh, right. Yeah, but we put up Christmas decorations Friday and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
That still leaves me Thursday and Monday. And I can move things. I don't know. We'll see.
We both took Halloween
we'll
off
see.
this year, and that's a 3-day weekend.
Yeah, it's true. That's true, but I always paint my Halloween figure on Halloween. And last year I did a live stream, and I think I'd like to do a live stream again for Halloween.
Cool.
We'll see.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Definitely a lot going on, and so much that I want to do and get to. So we've got some really cool, exciting stuff coming up. So definitely stay tuned to that, and let me know what you guys want to see. If any of that sounds cool, that I should make more of a priority. Especially because I know we just did a little poll on Patreon, and quite a few things were picked. So,
I have not.
No, I don't remember.
Have we seen Ninja's new color cards? We have not.
I know about them.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yes, I did not watch his video. I'm actually against his cards. And this is a personal opinion, and I don't know exactly what's going on, but
Izzy says they look awesome and they pre-ordered them.
There is a YouTuber named Sarah Renee Clark, and she created the Color Cube, which was all those cards, the exact same way he did it. He basically took her idea and twisted it into make it more for miniatures. And that's why if he did it with her blessing, that's fine. But otherwise, I feel like, that's kind of... Somebody else already did that on another YouTuber. And I personally kind of feel like that's maybe stepping on some toes. I don't know their background. I don't talk to either of them. I don't know. I've met John, and John is a great guy.
We love
John. I highly doubt he would do anything questionable. But I am also, I'm also a highly moral person. I don't want to step on anyone else's toes. We can all get ahead together. We don't need to climb all over people. And so that's just something that I tend to feel strongly about. Now, at the same time, I would never buy Sarah Renee Clark's Color Cube, personally, because I can see all of that on Google for free. So I don't need a box of cards to tell me what color palettes to use. I use color palette generators, which are free. So to me, it's just another one of those toys. It's a toy that we can get.
It is a nice toy to have.
Yeah. So, if you got the money and that's the kind of thing that you like and would want to use.
Color Cube too. Both of them.
Yeah. I love Sarah's videos. I love John's videos too. Normally we watch them. I specifically didn't watch the card one because, again, I kind of knew what it was about. So, but, I love both the creators, and I don't know, I don't know if John even knows who Sarah Renee Clark is. I know he found the color cubes online and bought them. and he did a video about it when he bought them, and I was looking at those, and because I watch Sarah, and so I was like, hey, I know that's Sarah's. That's pretty cool that I was gonna get them to do a video on it just to introduce them to the community. But he beat me to it, so I was like, okay, fine. Well, I wasn't gonna really buy them anyway, so I was only gonna do it for the video. But then he did it, and I thought that was the end of it. And then now he's coming out with his new ones, and again, it's just one of those. He may not even know that that was created by a YouTuber. He may have just bought it online, and he may be totally innocent in the whole thing. But so I definitely don't think it's worth making a stink over. But at the same time, that leaves it questionable in my mind. So
apparently, John's have the actual paint titles on the colors to make them easier to find.
Okay.
So
Okay. Well, that could be. That's a unique spin. So that's kind of like taking it and making his. So, yeah, on that end, I'd probably be okay with them. I'd probably say, yeah, they're good. That's
especially because that's a fair amount of work to have to go to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's enough to make it unique and make it his. So that I can get behind. I can support that.
Does it? We will one of these days we'll go on. Does it list like multiple manufacturers' colors, or is it just for one paint range? I'm curious. I would be curious about.
Yeah.
So.
Well, apparently they're pre-order, so she probably doesn't know yet. But
oh, yeah.
But in any case, creating something like that is a lot of work anyway. But like I said, John's not the kind of guy to do something malicious, so like I said, I never really would go out there and say anything like, oh yeah, he totally ripped that off. Like that was not what I was saying. It's just kind of has that little bit of a feel, but I know there's probably more to the story that I am not privy to.
Right, and John is the nicest guy in the face.
Oh, he's fantastic. We met him.
We ambushed John the first time we went to Adepticon. He was walking down the hall, and we literally grabbed him by the arm and dragged him to the giant Space Marine and said, yes. You have to take a picture with us in front of the Space Marine.
Yes.
And he was like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
You got wild poses, you got wackiness, let's do it. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, so great. Him and Scott the Miniac, they're fantastic people. They really are.
That's awesome.
He gives 3 examples of miniature paint colors for each color on the card. That's awesome. Yeah, see, and that's a lot of work. And again, that is really taking somebody else's idea and making it unique and making it your own. So again, on that end, I will 100% support that and say, yes, that is good. At the same time, I'm not buying it because that's not just not what I want to spend my money on. I don't want to support them that way. But I do have my Ninjon dry brushes.
Artist Opus dry brushes and
yes.
board. You can't see the Ninjon version.
The Ninjon isn't down here.
Oh, that's
the Artist Opus one. It came with 2 boards. One said Artist Opus, and the other one had Ninjons. And I kept the Ninjon one nice and clean.
Pristine.
So I can still see his logo and everything like that on it. Whereas the Artist Opus one is completely...
It's a mess.
It has been covered 15 times already, at least. So, he is somebody that I support as a YouTuber. And, like I said, just a great person. Sarah Renee Clark, I love her stuff. I have never met her personally.
Probably because she lives in Australia, I do believe.
I think she was isn't she New Zealand?
New Zealand,
New Zealand, she's down under. But
on the other side of the world.
but she, you know, still, like, I love her videos, her creativity. I love the science and the thought she puts into creativity. That's something that I really like. So, again, while I would do something to support her, buying a tool that I know I'm not really going to use, and, you know, I can just keep doing what I'm doing for free, that works just as well, if not better, for me, because I know I'm not going to keep taking out cards and things like that. They're just going to be a mess and end up taking up space.
Besides, you mix a lot of your colors.
I do mix so much. I do not I do not usually just reach for a new color. I usually will, like, mix whatever's on my palette. So, for, again, just me personally, not going to be a very good tool for me. But, again, not everybody paints like I do. Not everybody has color superpowers, like I keep saying that.
Yes, it can be. Yes, it can.
That was a Christmas present that Ben got me. So, that's where that came from. But I will say, Artist Opus has the best brush soap.
I had a feeling that was going to come up.
I love their brush soap. It is magic. So I've never seen anything get a dry brush so clean before. And trust me, I have a lot of different ones. So that is my favorite. I'm actually almost out. This is my second tube of it. And you can see it's already almost out, so I've got to get more from them. But so the cards really do help. See, yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot of people out there that they could benefit from them. So while, like I said, they won't work for me, but color's kind of always been like my weird superpower. I see more colors than other people do, so specific variants and things like that. Intense dry brush palette, well used. Oh, the dice tray. Okay. Yeah. He's great. You know, he actually, my favorite YouTube video ever was made by him. And I even told him that. And he's like, you know, those kind of videos just don't do well. And I said, you know what? I watch it over and over again. I must, like, at least 10 of your views are from me on that one, because I do watch it over and over again. And it was his video on imposter syndrome. And that was something I was feeling quite a bit as I started getting recognition. And it really had me panicking for a while. And so his video was really helpful for that for me. So that was really, really nice. And when it does start coming up, I rewatch it. So I do watch all of his, but that is my favorite video ever. I really love that, and he was so brave putting that out there in the first place. And I do feel bad that it doesn't have a lot of views. I shared it on all my social media when it came out, and I absolutely love it. So Ninjan, he is just, I really wish I could connect with him more. Like I said, we did meet him at the con, but again, we're at that point especially, we're one of, you know, hundreds of, well, there are thousands of people there, but hundreds of fans that were there. So, you know, we're actually in his video from Adepticon that year. But
I actually feel a little bit, I feel a little bit bad for the YouTube personalities in a case like that. Because
yeah, they don't get to experience the con as well as the rest of us.
Right, they've kind of got to be, you know, on and in performance mode a little bit all weekend, and it just makes it a little bit harder to enjoy the, you know, everyday wandering around, and you know,
right.
You go to the vendor hall and you just want to go shopping, and every, you know, 3 steps somebody's, you know, oh, can I do this? Can I do that? Things like that. I mean, I'm sure that, you know, I'm sure they're, you know, perfectly happy to trade for it most of the time, but you know, it's one of those things. It's
especially once you get that big, like, not a single person. Last time we were at Adepticon, we had 43 viewers or 43 subscribers. So, yeah, we were not recognized at all by
Nope.
anyone we didn't already know, which is fine. You know, like that wasn't the point. We were there for the fun of it and that sort of thing. And then the next year, well, that was 2 years ago that we were there. Because, yeah, we didn't get to go last year because of the cruise.
Right.
So we had gone on a family cruise.
No, we went to GaryCon this year.
Well, no, but that was last year. This year we didn't go. It was 2 years ago that we went. Those were our two reasons. The cruise, and then this year we went to GaryCon, and those are like a weekend apart. So we just couldn't afford both. So this year we wanted to check out GaryCon. We will be going back to Adepticon. GaryCon was great, but it is role play heavy and not miniature painting, not much miniature painting at all. So I definitely recommend checking it out at least once. But unless you're willing to play games with strangers, which I will not do, then there's, it's just, you don't get the full experience as much.
You're missing out on about half the con.
Right. So, but GaryCon is awesome, and if you do play with strangers, a lot of people will just pick up random games and stuff. I won't. I've had too many bad experiences, so I need to know the people that I'm playing with and that it's not going to be bad and that sort of thing. So I won't just, pick up a game like that. But yeah, all of the YouTubers that we've met are fantastic in real life. But again, we don't really know them. We're not like connected like that.
We would like to be, but
that would be cool. But no, we're not that special. So no VincyCon invite for us anytime soon, and that's okay. So we're good. We'll still watch them and we'll still like them.
oh yes.
I'm interested in. I'm kind of curious about Layla's new video. The title and the thumb are very intriguing, without telling you what it's about. So.
Awesome.
I'm kind of curious. It's about priming. I did figure that out from the thumb. But yeah, so I think it's like her ultimate guide to priming once you get reading between the lines. But she's another one. I don't know if you watched the Mini Witch, Layla May. She's very nice. I actually have had several interactions with her, and she's a fantastic person too. I absolutely love her. So I reached out to her about something because I'm in this group on Facebook called the War Dolls, and they're very much females in miniature painting and wargaming and RPGs and things like that, and it seemed right up her alley. So I had reached out to her about something with that, and not only did she respond, but she then went and joined the group and stuff. So she's absolutely just fantastic. And yeah, her new video, like I said, that she's got a really good thumbnail and title, because I'm like, I'm intrigued. I want to see what that is.
Nice.
But yeah, and the other really cool thing about her is she is actually an honest to God art student, like went to art school. So she really knows her stuff. Like my next video, whenever this one comes out, next or the one after it, the one that the editor has, is on Rembrandt lighting, which I first learned about from one of Layla's videos. So yeah, definitely look her up. She's the Mini Witch, and she's really good and really nice. And she's got her 2 kittens in her videos quite a bit. So she's also into role playing. She's also into Warhammer. Didn't start into this year. Who's that
Aw.
way? Yeah.
All warm and fuzzy.
Aw, well, thank you, Izzy. We feel lucky that you found us. You, both of you, actually. So it's been really nice having you guys around, and especially for the live streams. So, previously I've done a couple live streams where nobody was on at all. So, I really love that you guys keep showing up, and you know,
We appreciate it.
yeah. So, we love you guys. But my time is up, and we do have to get on to other stuff before work tomorrow, unfortunately. So, thank you guys so much for checking in with us today and being part of our